Well, welcome everyone. This is Excel Module 2, SAM Project A. I think you'll enjoy doing this one. It covers a lot of different things and a lot of the same things. So I'm going to begin. I've opened up the sample file over here and I'm going to save it as the same thing, only I'm putting a 2 on it. I already have it done here. So I'm going to save it, get the message. Yes, I do want to replace it. So I want to start from scratch. And again, make sure that you look in B6 to make sure that your name is there, and then you'll be in good shape. So the instructions tell you that Anna Cruz is a trainer for the Missouri University Hospital in Montana. She is using an Excel workbook to analyze the courses she teaches and to track her progress towards the trainer certificate. She has asked you to format her worksheet to make the information clearer and easier to understand. How exciting is that? So it's more exciting if you are the one getting paid to do it. So we're going to go to the evaluations worksheet over here just by clicking on it. And we're going to change the tab color after changing the name. So there's several different ways that you can do it. You can right click on here and choose rename, or you can just double click on it. So I'm more of a right click and choose rename. But remember, when you do that, you're going to select the text itself. So don't just start typing. Hit the home key to get rid of the selection, and that way you can add the spring 2021 to it. And I'm going to hit OK. That saves it. Then it wants us to change the tab color to blue-gray text 2, which is the fourth column and the first row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth column. So we're good here. Now remember that it's going to look a little bit different until you click somewhere outside of it. So you can see that it's been changed once we click out. So this lets you know what the actual worksheet that you're currently working on. So we are now going to use AutoFit to resize column A. So you can click here and go to Format and choose Auto Fit Column Width, or you can just double click between the two here when you get the double-headed arrow and choose that way. Either way works the exact same thing. You use what you feel the most comfortable with. So that was number 2. Number 3 is change the width of column E to 15. So all we have to do here is right click, choose column width. It tells us to put in 15, which I can do, and I did. So we are now finished with number 3. We're going to go to number 4, and we're going to select A1 to E1 and apply the title. So here's A1 to E1. Since it's merged, it's going to select it all automatically. We're going to go to the style and put in title, and we are going to change it to 20 point. So let's go to here. And let's go and need to make sure that I did not mess up. So I'm going to undo the style. And okay, apparently I did not select it here. So let's go back and double check it. Now, one thing I did, so let me go back and apply the style. And I'm going to click on title. So what I did here was I clicked the drop down arrow from the undo to see the different things that I've done. So I know that I changed a style in here. So we can always go back to wherever you need to go back to. If I click all the way down here to tab color, it's going to do everything I did starting just before the tab color. So we don't want to do that. So let's click here and change this to 20. That was number 4. Number 5 is we're going to merge and center A3 to E3. Fairly easy. Just select A3 to E3 and click on Merge and Center. Then we are going to bold it. That takes care of number 4 and clarify that it is a title. All right. So that does not mean change it to a title style. Just want to clarify that it's a title in here. So now we're going to center the text in the range B4 to E4. And I will click center here. You can't see it because you have dark on dark text in here. So now we're going to change the text to background 1, white background 1. Here's our text. Here's white background 1. That makes it look much better. And usually you're going to make this bold as well, but they don't tell us to do that, so I'm not going to. Use the format painter to format A7, E7 to the range A9, E9, so you can see that you have this little blue shading in here. So we're going to click on select it there, use the format painter, and just drag. And that looks good. I'm going to click outside, and we're going to just double check to make sure everything looks the way it should, and it does. We are now on number 8, italicize the contents of A11 to A12. Here's A11, A12. I can hit Control I, but I'm just going to click the I here. And we're going to change it to Calibri Light. It's at Calibri now. Let's go to Calibri Light. And let's see. That's number 8. Number 9, in the range A11 to E11. So we have A11 to E11. Tells us to apply a double bottom border to the shell, to the cells, and then change the fill color. Well, you can look in the borders to see if you have over here. And the issue is it does have a bottom double border in here. So let's take a look at this bottom double border to the cells and change the fill color to in here. So I'm going to click a double bottom border. Now you can do this with a bottom border. You cannot do it with an outline. So we're going to take care of that, and we're going to change the fill color to blue-gray text, lighter 80%. So let's go and change the fill, and it tells us that it is the 4th column, 2nd row. 4th column, 2nd row, which basically is the same as this. That was number 9. Anita wants to know at a glance which courses she is receiving excellent evaluations on average. So let's go to the range B12 to E12. So here is B12 to E12. And we are going to use a conditional format. We're going to highlight the cells that are, let's see what it says, that are greater than 17. And it wants us to do it. It just happens to be 17 there. And light fill with dark text. So actually we don't have to change anything in my particular case. So that is nice. So the 219s are changed in here. Apply the short date. Now, this is something you have to realize is a little bit different than the date. So we're going to click on C14. And notice that it does say date. But we're not going to go and do any date options like you would normally do from here. What we're going to do is do the drop down, and we're going to find short date, which happens to be right there. That takes care of number 11. Number 12, apply percentage number format to C15. So here is C15. All we're going to do is click on percentage, and it gives us 80%. And it does want to make sure that the decimal places are 0, so you can use this over here to decrease it if necessary, or you can go into the number percentage and change it to 0 there if you choose. That is number 12. Number 13, Anita would like to see the dollar amount of bonuses she received in a rounded amount. So we're going to apply the accounting format to C16. Here's C16. And she wants the decimal places to 0. So I think what I'm going to do is click on number and go to accounting and just change it to 0. Now remember, make sure that the symbol $ is there. So this looks good. That was number 13. And it does give us a little hint that it may show as custom up here and not accounting. So if you have it, does not mean you did anything wrong. Enter score 15 and E10. So I'll just physically type in 15. Anita no longer needs row 18. So let's delete row 18. Right click and delete. Now you see it. Now you don't. you could have gone up to the cells up here and chose delete as well. So let's go to number 15, and we're going to spell check. It's always a good idea to hit Control Home first or click in A1 before you spell check. I'm hitting F7, and we have exercises is spelled wrong, and we have bonuses is spelled wrong. So we fix that. Anita wants to keep track of her requirements for trainer certificate in this workbook. So we're going to go to certificate work requirements, and we're going to replace all CR. Now I'm going to make a mistake here on purpose. So I'm going to show you how you can fix it. So let's go to find and select, and let's go and replace. Now it tells us to replace CR and a decimal place. I'm going to leave the CR only and get rid of the decimal place, or the period rather. And then I'm going to click in credits. So what we're going to do here is we're going to replace them all. And let's see what happens. Well, notice that we have a dot here. So we have an issue. So I'm going to show you how you could fix that without having to undo it and redo it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to replace. First I'm going to do is select this. Let me see if it'll let me select with the dialog box open, which it does. I'm going to select a period, and I'm going to replace it with nothing. I'm deleting it. So then I'm just going to click on Find Next, and it's going to find it here. So let's click on Replace, and it found it that way. So we're good here. Another thing, so I'm going to undo this now. So let's go to the undo, and we're going to go back to the original replace. So we have this over here. Another option is, I'm hitting Control H to bring up the replace. Another option is to type in CR and replace with credits. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the period and go to click on options. And here is match entire cell contents. Well, that unfortunately is going to be an issue because the entire cell is required CR and current CR. So we have an issue there that just may not work in here. So we probably don't want to do that. So let's close this here and get rid of this checkbox. And we'll just put in the period. And we'll click on Find Next. And actually we'll just do Replace All. It found 2 and we're good. Of course, you could manually get rid of the period as well. So there's so many different options to do whatever you feel most comfortable. B3 to C3, we're going to increase the decimal places. So we want B3. Actually, let's see. B3 to C8. So we have B3 to C8. Let's increase the decimal by 1. So that takes care of number 17. Number 8 is B6 to C6. So let's go to B6 to C6. Apparently it's missing data bars. So let's go to conditional formatting. We're going to go to data bars, and we want the gradient fill blue. Now notice there's nothing here because it's a 0. That is number 18. Number 19, move the certificate requirements after spring 21. So here's our certificate requirements. I knew I could say it. I'm going to drag it. I could have right-clicked and choose move and move to the end if I wanted to do that as well. So now that is everything. Our workbook looks like, let's see, we're going to go to spring evaluations. I'm comparing it on the sheet over here. Everything looks good on the spring evaluations. Let's go to certificate requirements on it, and everything looks good there. So that is everything for the Project A for Module 2. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you soon.